Am I Fatphobic? Take the quiz. I'm reminded of, I don't, the culture in this country right now is a series of like odd quizzes and tests and fucking like BuzzFeed quizzes like how fatphobic are you? And if you were a trans superhero, which one would you be? It's kind of like it's weirdly like it's scholarly, and yet it's the antithesis of all things scholarly. You know, it's like it's people's an obsession with grading themselves and giving themselves grades on how they're behaving all the time and needing to put their thoughts and feelings in a box. Here's the deal. Worry about yourself. Worry about the way you want to be portrayed in the world. Worry about what is a realistic way for you to look. Try to be better in whatever case that is, and try to not pin whatever your things are on other people. Intrapersonal fat phobia, institutional fat phobia. I mean, it's amazing. There are people that have all kinds of problems in the world. There are drug addicts. There are drunks. There are people that have bad relationships with food. There are people that are just fat because whatever. They've been fat a long time, or they have issues, or whatever the case may be. And usually, if you can treat people kindly, for the most part, you don't shit on people, and you don't have to tell someone they're beautiful if you don't think they're beautiful. This is the thing. If you don't think someone's attractive, you don't have to tell them they're attractive. I think part of the problem is that we're establishing this one-size-fits-all standard for beauty. We are trying to force the idea that aesthetic beauty is a political thing. I think, what about beauty is in the eye of the beholder? We've kind of gotten rid of that. Because there are people that certainly are attractive and overweight. There are people that are skinny and grotesque. I think the ideal is still that bodies that are healthy and thin are more attractive to people. That is usually the case. And people might get angry at that when I say that, but that is the case, People may not like that, but that's okay. It doesn't mean that there aren't attractive fat people. It doesn't mean there aren't gross, skinny meth heads. It just means that, like, fat phobia isn't real. Some people are dicks. Some people are dicks, and they're pieces of shit to people that are fat or that are whatever, and those people suck. But also, calling yourself a warrior because you're fat is also stupid. That's also pretty dumb. People in this country used to have personalities. They did. I'm old enough to remember. And as those personalities became these quizzes, people now just identify by what grade on the scale they are of how racist they are, or how fat accepting, or how... People used to have personalities, distinct, interesting, nuanced personalities that came from different experiences that they didn't share with everybody. But because technology's flattened us all, and culture has become this hellish landscape of constant self-reflection and mediation on how I should behave and oh my God, what scale am I fatphobic? There was a fat woman on the plane next to me, but I didn't hit her. What does that mean? But then, I did make a face, but I made it to myself. Like, I don't even understand here what exactly people are supposed to get out of this stuff. What are people supposed to get out of it? But the Ozempic does prove that everybody kind of wants to lose weight. Most people want to lose weight. People are not happy being fat. Nobody's really happy being fat. There are people that are okay with it. They go, okay. It's like most people are not happy being drunks either. Most people are not really happy being a drunk. It doesn't mean that. Now, most people, they seem like they're happy because you only see them when they're drunk. But if you see them the next morning or sometime the next day, if you see them trying to get the keys out of their pocket to get into a car, and they're just like, ugh, they're not happy. People that are in the midst of a drug addiction are not happy. So anything that throws your life out of balance, you're not really happy. There are a lot of people that are trying to make it in vogue to be fat, or that it's but Ozempic proves, and a lot of things prove, that people would like to lose weight if they could. This is a fact. And the fat phobia community and the fat activist community doesn't want to hear that, but those people have invented jobs for themselves. That's not a job. Being fat's not a job. You invented a job. I don't get paid because I'm overweight. I get paid to do this. I mean, it's not a job. They invented a job. And by the way, on that, I mean, to get paid for eating, like the idea that you're just sitting there eating and you're like, I'm going to be an activist, and that this society at this point is so broken that they fall for it. Hey, get your bag. Well, get a few bags. Get the one out of the drive-thru and then get the money as well. But that's what we're doing here. These are people that have invented jobs. The person who is writing the fat phobic quiz should be living in a tent. It's a fact. They should be living in a tent. The natural order of things might be a big tent, but they should be living in a tent. It's not a skill, but they've invented a job. This is an economy where we're hemorrhaging things for people to do. There's not enough things for people to do. So the people that just go, let me make a living being aggressively and annoyingly fat, and let me write quizzes asking people how comfortable they are with my girth, are getting paid. They have a livelihood. That is a livelihood for these people now. You know? I just, what do you want me to say about it? I'm just like, I'd like Meghan Markle better if she was fat. Personally, like if Prince Harry married a fat black chick, I would like her more. I'd trust her more. That's just what I'm saying. What question on the quiz is that?